Life often asks us to carry far more than we should. We hold on to people who drain us, pain that weighs heavily, and memories that keep us stuck. At first, we may think holding on is necessary, that it shows loyalty, strength, or perseverance. But in reality, clinging to what no longer serves us only blocks our growth. Detachment is not about becoming cold, unfeeling, or abandoning care. It is about reclaiming your energy, protecting your peace, and creating space for clarity, growth, and new possibilities. When you begin to detach from what holds you back, you allow life to flow naturally, without unnecessary friction, without constant struggle, and without exhaustion. Detachment begins with awareness. You must first notice where your energy is going and where it is being depleted. Are you constantly thinking about someone who does not prioritize you? Are you replaying moments of hurt, regret, or betrayal that cannot be changed? Are you letting your past dictate your present? Awareness is the key that unlocks freedom. The simple act of observing how much energy is spent on attachments you cannot control allows you to see clearly that you have a choice. You have always had the power to shift your focus, to reclaim your attention, and to redirect your energy toward what nourishes your growth and well-being. Understand that detachment is not giving up or ignoring responsibilities. It is not about withdrawing love or care from those who deserve it. It is a conscious choice to prioritize yourself, your peace, and your healing. Detachment is learning to say no to situations, people, or thoughts that perpetuate suffering. It is learning that your well-being is more important than proving someone else wrong, holding on to resentment, or trying to change what cannot be changed. Every time you choose yourself over unnecessary attachment, you strengthen the foundation of your own self-respect and inner stability. To practice detachment, begin with the body and mind. Take slow, deep breaths and allow yourself to notice the tension you carry. Feel the heaviness in your chest, shoulders, and mind that comes from clinging to people, pain, and the past. With each exhale, imagine releasing the weight you do not need to carry. Visualize this energy leaving your body, flowing away like a river carrying away leaves and debris. Your mind becomes quieter. Your heart feels lighter. Your body feels relaxed. This simple yet powerful visualization helps you experience the freedom that detachment can bring, even in the smallest moments. Detachment is a form of self-love. It is a commitment to yourself that your peace, growth, and happiness will not be sacrificed for attachments that no longer serve you. As you practice letting go, you will notice subtle shifts, clarity in decision-making, increased energy, and the ability to connect with people and experiences that truly align with your life. By detaching from what no longer serves you, you create space for new opportunities, relationships, and experiences that elevate you. This is the first step toward liberation, the first step toward taking control of your life in a way that is empowering, intentional, and deeply healing. Detachment requires understanding and accepting the impermanent nature of everything in life. People come and go, situations change, and emotions rise and fall. When we cling to what is temporary, we create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. The more we resist life's natural flow, the heavier our burden becomes. Detachment is about releasing the illusion that you can control what is not yours to control. It is about seeing clearly that trying to hold on to someone or something that is moving away only prolongs pain and delays growth. Life flows most freely when you allow it to flow without interference. Detaching from pain is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward healing. Pain is not meant to define you. It is a messenger, a teacher, and sometimes a guide to what needs your attention. Acknowledge it fully. Feel it deeply without resisting it, but do not let it take permanent residence in your heart. Pain has a natural expiration. Once its lesson is learned, it is meant to be released, not carried forward indefinitely. When you learn to let go of pain, you free up energy that was trapped in suffering and allow yourself to move forward with a lighter, more open heart. Detachment from people is equally important. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life, and that is not a reflection of your value. Some relationships are temporary, serving only to teach you lessons or help you grow. Trying to force these connections to remain often leads to frustration, disappointment, and loss of energy. Setting clear boundaries and stepping back from those who misalign with your values is not punishment. It is clarity. It is an act of respect for yourself and for the natural flow of life. When you detach without resentment, you create room for relationships that uplift and nourish you instead of draining your energy. This process of detachment is gradual. It cannot be rushed. All attachments, especially those tied to strong emotions, take time to release. You may find yourself drawn back to familiar patterns or memories. This is natural. Detachment does not mean ignoring feelings or pretending they do not exist. It is the conscious choice to recognize your attachments, honor your emotions, and then gently let go. Each time you practice this, your mind becomes calmer, your heart grows stronger, and your sense of inner freedom expands. Detachment also requires acceptance. Accept what has happened in the past, the choices people have made, and the outcomes that were beyond your control. Acceptance does not mean you condone actions that hurt you, nor does it mean forgetting the lessons you have learned. It simply means releasing the struggle against what cannot be changed. When you accept, you stop wasting energy on resistance. That energy can then be redirected toward creating a present and future aligned with your values, your goals, and your peace of mind. By detaching from people, pain, and past experiences, you allow life to move more freely around you. Your energy becomes more focused, your mind more present, and your heart more open. Detachment does not remove love or compassion. It strengthens them by teaching you to direct your care where it is reciprocated and valued. The more you practice, the more your life begins to flow with clarity, ease, and empowerment. Detaching from the past is often the most challenging, yet the most liberating form of detachment. Memories, regrets, and unresolved experiences can cloud the present moment if we allow them to dominate our thoughts. When we dwell on what has already happened, we remain tethered to a version of ourselves that no longer exists. Detachment from the past is not about forgetting or denying your experiences. It is about changing your relationship with them. It is about seeing them as chapters in your story rather than chains that define you. By choosing to release the hold of the past, you allow yourself to live fully in the present, free from unnecessary weight and limitation. Meditation, reflection, and journaling are powerful tools for releasing the past. By sitting quietly with your thoughts, you can observe your memories without judgment or attachment. Write down the experiences that trouble you, the emotions that linger, and the lessons you have learned. Then, visualize letting them go. Imagine the past as leaves floating down a stream. You may watch them drift, but you do not grab them. Each leaf carries a memory or a lesson, and as it moves away, you reclaim energy that was previously bound by attachment. This practice gradually trains your mind to release what no longer serves you while keeping the wisdom intact. Detachment from the past also means accepting what you cannot change. There are events, choices, and actions that happened beyond your control. Holding on to them only prolongs suffering and prevents growth. Acceptance does not mean condoning wrongdoing or forgetting painful lessons. Instead, it means acknowledging reality, understanding that resistance only creates more tension, and choosing to redirect your energy toward what you can influence. When you accept the past, you stop reliving old wounds and begin to focus on creating a future aligned with your values and goals. Another important aspect of detachment is recognizing that your self-worth is not tied to what happened. The mistakes you made, the people who left, or the hardships you endured do not define your value. Your worth is inherent, independent of external circumstances. By detaching from the past, you reclaim your sense of self, your confidence, and your ability to make choices based on your present desires rather than old fears or regrets. This inner freedom allows you to respond to life with clarity, calmness, and intentionality. As you practice detachment, you begin to notice subtle changes in your perspective. What once seemed overwhelming now feels temporary. Painful experiences become lessons rather than burdens. People who caused hurt are seen as part of your growth rather than obstacles. The past shifts from being a prison to being a teacher, providing insight without dictating your actions or emotions. This shift creates space for our emotional balance, clarity of mind, and a sense of empowerment that was previously blocked by attachment. Ultimately, detaching from the past is about reclaiming your energy and your life. It allows you to approach each day with a sense of freedom, peace, and possibility. By letting go, you make room for experiences, people, and opportunities that truly align with your growth. Detachment does not erase what has happened, it transforms your relationship with it, allowing you to step fully into the present and shape a future that reflects your highest self. Detachment is not a one-time event, it is a continuous practice that requires awareness, patience, and commitment. Even after you begin to let go of people, pain, and past experiences, you may notice the urge to cling creeping back from time to time. You may feel drawn to replay memories, revisit old patterns, or seek validation from sources that no longer serve you. These impulses are natural and do not mean failure. Each time they arise, you have an opportunity to reinforce your choice, to prioritize your peace, your growth, and your well-being above attachment, fear, or habit. Every small act of letting go strengthens your resilience and your capacity to live freely. As you consistently practice detachment, you will begin to notice profound shifts in your energy and perception. Life becomes clearer and more focused because your attention is no longer scattered on what cannot serve you. Your thoughts become calmer, and your emotions become steadier. You begin to see opportunities more clearly, relationships more authentically, and situations with greater discernment. The energy that was previously trapped in attachment is now available to invest in what truly matters to you, and this shift allows you to engage with life in a more meaningful, intentional way. Detachment also brings clarity to relationships. By stepping back from those who drain your energy or misalign with your values, you naturally attract connections that uplift and support your growth. People who genuinely belong in your life will gravitate toward you without force or effort. Those who do not will fade, not as a punishment, but as a natural consequence of the energy you now carry. This process is not about judging or labeling people as good or bad. It is about honoring your boundaries and prioritizing harmony and balance in your life. Another powerful aspect of detachment is how it frees you from the weight of the past. Old regrets, mistakes, or unresolved experiences lose their power when you consciously release them. You no longer need to carry guilt, shame, or resentment because you understand that these feelings do not define your worth. By letting go, you reclaim emotional and mental energy that was previously consumed by the past. You create space for new experiences, new lessons, and new possibilities to enter your life without obstruction. Detachment ultimately leads to empowerment, not emptiness. It allows you to live fully in the present, to respond to challenges with clarity rather than reaction, and to make choices aligned with your highest values. You become the center of your own life, rather than a passenger in someone else's story. Your inner peace is no longer dependent on external circumstances, and your self-worth is rooted in your own integrity and awareness. When you practice detachment consistently, life begins to align around you. Opportunities, people, and experiences that match your energy and values naturally flow into your life. What is meant for you will remain without effort, and what is not will fall away without struggle. Detachment creates a foundation of clarity, freedom, and inner strength, allowing peace, abundance, and growth to flourish effortlessly. It is not a loss, it is liberation. It is the space where your energy, your attention, and your life are finally your own.